Okay, just one more minute, because there's only 6 to do. Remember, TAs don't give the answers. Okay, I think that's enough time. Let's have some answers. Number 1. Who can tell me what number 1 is? If you don't put your hands up, I'm going to pick somebody. Yemi, give me someone from your group. Come on, what's number 1? I don't know names, so what's number 1? What do you think? Boarding pass or check-in?
She's getting her passport there, or she can be checking in also.
Boarding pass or check-in? Which one? Pick one. Huh? It has to be one. Only one. Anybody else want to help? What's number 1? You have to shout up.
Terminal?
Terminal? No, it's not the terminal. Check-in. That's the check-in. Okay, you're right about there is a boarding pass in the picture, because at the check-in, that's what happens. You give them your passport, you get your boarding pass. You can often ask them for a seat on the aisle or a seat by the window, and you'll tell them any other requirements, special requirements that you haven't already booked online. So yeah. And the next one. This should be easy. Anybody? Bushra, one of yours. Pick someone. There, okay. Connecting flight, yeah. Did anyone make a connecting flight on the way here? Yes, no? I can see you nodding your heads, yeah? Okay. Can be a bit stressful, especially if you've not got much time. And the third one? Can that, yeah? Departure gate? Yeah? Departure gate. Okay, number 4. Security, yeah, that was quite obvious with the big man standing there with his uniform on, looking quite intimidating. Okay, number 5. Yeah, carry-on bag. Okay. And the last one. We've had this answer already, but for the wrong one. Terminal, the terminal building, where everything happens. Okay. So, does everybody understand what every one of these is? Any questions about any of them? I mean, quite obvious, carry-on luggage, you can't mistake that. Connecting flight, pretty obvious. The other four, any questions? Anything you're not sure about?
Probably can say more about departure gate, terminal.
Mhm.
What's that about?
Okay. The departure gate. Does, okay, Bushra, can you tell people about the departure gate? Where it is, what happens there?
It's okay. Departure gate is the, after checking in and after the security check and everything. Departure gate is from where you your flight is going to depart, it's going to take off. So they will give you a gate number that this flight to there is going from this gate. So it is the final gate is from where the flight took off. Takes off.
Okay, thank you. Also, they usually ask you to be at the departure gate about 40 minutes before the plane is due to take off. If you're there any later, you may not get on the flight because they have to get everything sorted, everybody into the plane. And if you're late, you'll usually get 1 or 2 calls. They'll put it on the airport tannoy, Mr. Smith, you're late for your flight, hurry up to gate 6. If you don't make it, you don't fly. Which was the other, security control? Terminal building, where everything happens. Yeah, there's, depends on the size of the airport, it's usually 1, 2 or more. I think Dubai's got about 6. It's just basically where everything happens. You go in, find out where your check-in is. Usually there's a big board with all the flights for the next few hours, and it'll tell you, when your flight comes on, it'll tell you the status, whether you're on check-in, whether you're on boarding or whatever. And just follow the instructions in there. Okay? Okay, move on. Right, we're going to listen to a little, a short audio file. If I can find it. No. Not very good with these things. There it is. Okay. Just listen to this. We're going to listen to it a couple of times. First of all, just listen and see what you can make out.
When you arrive at the airport, make sure you go to the correct terminal. A lot of airports have more than one. First, you check in at the ticket counter or self-service machine. After you get your boarding pass, you have to go through security, where they inspect your bags and coats. After that, you go to the departure gate. When your flight is called, you board the plane. On the plane, you find your seat, put your carry-on bag in an overhead compartment, then sit down and fasten your seatbelt. When all the passengers are on the plane and everything is ready, the plane takes off. During the flight attendants serve drinks, snacks, and sometimes meals. The pilot usually gives some information about the flight and the weather too. Before the plane lands, the cabin crew checks all the passengers' seatbelts again.
Okay. Now, we're going to listen to it again. I know that sometimes if you're listening to something in a foreign language, it's difficult to follow. So if you look at page 6, at the bottom, there's the script for the audio, so you can follow it. It should be a little bit easier to follow if your listening is not very good. Okay.